Recording has started. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. Um, my name is Kazim Oluwatobiloba. Just call me Toby. From my email, Toby Bantu. You can call me Bantu. Fine. Welcome to the module one of this is the first class in module one. Everybody has done module zero, and we have written the exams, and now we're in module one. So I welcome everybody to here to this place. I think we should be more than this. Just I hope people join on the way. By the way, so this is the second edition of Bioinfo UI. We had somewhat completed or about to finish module the first edition, and this is the introductory class to what bioinformatics is going to be about, what bioinformatics is about, what you are going to learn, what you are supposed to expect, how you're going to succeed here, everything that you need to that it entails for you to actually walk through this course is what I will be sharing today. So I would like everybody here to work with me. Please don't sleep, don't be distracted. Just stay with me. You will understand what I'm trying to say here. So we're going to do the overview. And what I'll be discussing today is lessons we have learned from the last edition. So we had, of course, I mentioned it, we just concluded or about to round up the first edition, and then we started the second edition. So what we have learned, what we are reiterating, and how we are going forward. And then what mindset you have to bring for you to actually fly in this program, because it is quite intensive, I would say that, and you will be tasked. And of course, I know all of us have one or two things to do. So I wouldn't want us to just to put it as a side thing. And I don't want you to also affect your academics, but at the same time, I want you to be able to combine the two. Just think of it as important as your normal work. Then how are we going to learn, the learning methods, the assessment and grading style. So these are the four things I'll be discussing today. So we should be off. We're starting 4:05, so we should be off very soon. But the actual class starts tomorrow properly. So and I would like everybody to be there. So Tochukwu and Abib, if you're on the call, if there's anything I am missing, I would like you to interrupt so that you can add it. So let's begin with lessons we have learned from the last edition. So having started having concluded first batch, right? This thing was started by myself, Tochukwu, Abib. Then we were mentored by Professor Ruka and Anderson. So I'm not sure if Anderson's on this call, but these are the people that actually helped us to be able to kickstart, to be able to start. And we started it as a means to help ourselves and a means to help other people, because we discovered the lag. Because most of us actually, maybe I be myself, we didn't know what mathematics is till we graduated, and we did not want this to be, because if I had known what mathematics before I graduated, maybe I would have been something harder than this. But it's covered a lot, but we don't want this to happen, right? To people that are coming underneath us. There's also an avenue for us to learn better as we teach. So that's what we organized the first batch for, and now we have learned, and we want to continue this journey. We want to teach as many people as possible. So of course, we have to do things better. We don't want to just reiterate and continue what we have done the last time. So one thing we discovered is people that attended all the classes, not just waiting for recordings, right? They do better. I don't know if it's better if it's, I think it's in everything. If you are supposed to attend a class and you want to go for the recording, well, you could find your way around it. But if you are in the class and you listen live and you ask questions, sometimes you won't be, of course, you can't ask questions after recordings, right? You will not get, it is very, very, you can't compare yourself to someone that was in the class and ask questions. So you have to be consistent with your attendance. You should come to class at every chance, at every class possible. Come, please. We don't want you to just what's the name? We don't want you to take it as one of those things or put it as a side hustle and come when you want to. You should actually put it to your calendar, except you have, of course, you are undergraduate, you have classes that you must attend. Well, when the class starts, you see, we're actually flexible with these things. So we're not going to be rigid and you will miss classes. But we'll discuss this, converse. So as much as we are being flexible with you, please, we would like you to also come to the classes. We are doing this out of our own free time. Not free time, because everybody here has a job and is busy. So would like as much as people as I would like as much as everyone that is in this course to attend every class. And you will see what I'm saying as the classes start. Last year, we started about 25 people. Then at the point where people start coming to class, and then at the point maybe just 4 or 5 people start coming to class. At the point, people are not even responding on the group again. I don't know why. And we are doing our things. We are not asking for money. We are not asking for anything. We just want your attention so that you can learn and you can also understand what we are doing here. This is a very, very important thing to do. So please, I am emphasizing this because this is one of the most important things, right? You should come to classes. Come to classes. Come to like find it in your way, put it in your calendar every day before you plan your day, right? Make sure that, of course, after you have prayed and done everything, make sure that you put you block your calendar and the classes. Of course, we told you the classes are for Fridays and Saturdays, right? So block it in your calendar that this time I'm attending classes, and of course, that will be the first point. And then we'll go ahead to do questions. If you attend the class and you don't ask questions, you are not better off the person that did not attend the class and is just watching the videos, right? So of course we have made it last session. We didn't record as much classes, but this time we're putting upon ourselves that we're going to record as many classes as possible. So if we are going to be recording classes as possible, of course you can get access to the classes, but you are not better off someone that didn't come to the class if you don't ask questions. That's the point. So you ask questions early, then you avoid confusion. So I would say this: there's people that missed 2, 3, 4 classes, and then they will come in the 5th or 6th class and they'll be asking questions that we have laid foundation in the 2nd class or the 3rd class. So you are dragging us back. You are dragging everybody back with you. And these are the things you would have actually easily gotten if you had come for the first class. If you had come for the first class, we took maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to explain the basics in such a way that you wouldn't even have to read it again before you understand it. We were so granular that we would actually have to explain that it is going to be pasted in your forehead when you go home, right? So we don't want you to have that issue with what's in it anymore. We don't want you to have issues. We will take class. We will take time. People ask questions. We go through the code. There are times that even the code we realize will not run. We'll sit down in class together. We'll troubleshoot it. We understand the nitty-gritty, and you would expect somebody that attended that class to understand better, right? So then you don't come 4, 5, 6, 8 months later, I mean 4, 5, 6, 7 classes later, and then start dragging us back. Yes. Ask questions, attend your classes, you will see what you're talking about. Then the next one is time management, right? So after you have attended classes, after you have asked questions, you have to go back and practice. Is any trade, right? Even if you are learning tailoring, you must go to work every day. You must watch your master work. You must practice, because you don't become a good tailor by just watching YouTube videos, or you don't become a good driver by just watching YouTube video. Nobody drives by watching YouTube video, right? The same thing with bioinformatics or any thing you are going to learn actually that involves you using your head and your hands, right? You have to practice. And from our estimates, we have discovered that if you practice at least 4 hours a week, like no matter how tight your schedule is, you don't have to do 4 hours at once. You can do 1 hour Monday, 1 hour Tuesday, 1 hour Thursday, 1 hour Friday if you have Bible study on Wednesday, or if you have to go to a group that you have, whatever you want to do, dedicate 4 hours every week, right? It will help you as much, like it will make a very, very huge difference. 1 hour today, you didn't finish it, you don't have to finish what you have to do. When you are done with that 1 hour, pack it up, right? And then go to what else you want to do. Next day, show up the same day, show up next day, do another 1 hour. Do it and then go. Even that 1 hour, if you want to do 1 hour a day, you can break it to 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, or 30 minutes in the midnight. If you are someone that works very late in the night, I work very late in the night, right? So you break your time, make sure as much as possible to practice. So I'm trying to just help us to break the time, at least 4 hours. If you want to do fine, if you want to even make this exponential, do 5, 6 hours. Depends on your department, right? That for many years, I'm not sure you have that much time to start spending 5, 6 hours. Pharmacy, PMLS, not sure, depends on how, especially people that have crossed to the clinicals. So, but my point is, no matter how tight it is, if you are going to actually excel in this and not just waste your time, right? I would very, very much beseech you, or I'll very, very much encourage you to spend a minimum of 4 hours every week on this course, right? Of course, you will get assignments that you would have to do. So you have enough things to get your hands on, right? So you don't have to start worrying, what am I studying this week? You get assignments, you have materials to read, you have papers to read. So please just make sure you do these things. And then persistence. If you want to understand, right, you have to be persistent. See, this one specifically is very, very important. And I would show you to you here. One of the biggest problems that mathematicians actually have, right, globally, statistically, is the fact that they don't like they find problem they find it hard when they start installation of tools, right? So that's the first part. When you start installing tools to use on your computer, when you start installing tools to use on your analysis, so you want to run a fast QC, you install the fast QC, whatever you want to run, what's the name, variant calling, you install whatever that is used to do variant calling. So you would the problem you would first encounter that we are ready to help you with is installation of tools. Installation of tools will frustrate you, right? Especially if you are using Windows. I'm not shading you Windows people, sorry. But of course, don't worry, we are going to, even if you use Windows, you don't have any issue. So you would have issues with these things when you want to install your Windows subsystem Linux, or you want to install you want to create a conda environment. Even the fact that you are using Python 3, Python 2, or you want to use bash scripts, your bash script will not run. Different things will happen, right? But if you are persistent, right? If you're persistent, but I have to do this and I have to install this, and then you would learn better, right? Oh, sorry, nice shade. Shade. I did it deliberately. Sorry, that's by the way. So you would learn as much as possible if you persist and you learn. And that's one thing. Most of the things I've learned came from me troubleshooting problems, right? I think I remember a time myself, Tochukwu Abib were writing things together. We're on a Google Meet, we're trying to do one analysis or the other. And we tried to install it. So it was an installation and we were having problems. We were having issues. Until we discovered that, okay, this is just a syntax error. We are supposed to use 1 and 2 here. And then the installation will export to parts. And that was just, I can remember, Tochukwu can remember, it was an evening. So if you are persistent, we stayed just that thing, I think was a figure too. Took us about 30 to 45 minutes to be able to troubleshoot. And after we got it, we understand how it works, right? So if you are persistent enough, please, you would learn a lot, right? So please, I'm begging you, when you run your first code and it doesn't work, don't give up. Don't say this is not for me. It is for you. It is for you like mad, right? So you have to be there. You have to be there, right? Thank you. Then the next point is a laptop. I could approach it already to the Windows people. But regardless, you need a computer that works, right? You need a computer that works. I was about when I was preparing for this class, I was about to start giving you specification of what your computer should be like, how many gig of RAM, what processor should you use and all that. But I think we would start with whatever you have. Shall bring it first. But make sure it's not a I don't know, don't let me share anybody again at this point. Bring a computer that works, right? Bring a computer that works. The computer you use. It is compulsory that everybody has a laptop, right? Because what would you do how do you even want to practice if you don't have a computer, right? So it's like you learning to play the keyboard and you don't have a keyboard at home. By the way, if you are here learning to play the keyboard and you don't have a keyboard, you're wasting your time because you have to practice. So the same thing with bioinformatics. If you want to learn bioinformatics, you need your own personal computer because that's where you would make the mistake. That's where you install the tool that will not work. That's where you mistake and delete your code base or whatever you want to delete, and then you will learn that you don't have to press RM on this type of folders anymore. You will learn quite a lot of things if you have a laptop. You can fumble around, you can make mistakes, you can fix it. Don't worry, you won't break your laptop. You won't break it, right? So please. I think I should say it is compulsory for you to have a laptop at this point because it is actually compulsory to have a laptop, right? Moving on, we want to talk about the mindset for success. Having talked about all of these things, assistance, attendance, computer, all of these things. What is the mindset for you learning? Number one, we're a community. Nobody is a teacher's favorite. Nobody is somebody else's favorite. You're not even chasing first class or second class in this. Everybody in this class, once you get added to a group, right? We are together, we are one, right? So if we are one, we are learning together. If someone drops a message that they are having a problem, and we'll get there. No question is ridiculous, by the way. Someone drops a message on the group that I have a problem with this whatever tool installation, or I have a problem with this. If you know how to answer it, and don't shade them, right? If I am on the group and somebody asks a question, we are open, I would answer it, I wouldn't shade you, right? So we are here to move together, to work together as a community. So we that we are teaching you are also still learning, right? I was saying it last in a meeting we had with, I was talking with Adiba, and one of the people that were in the last cohort was doing something that I could not even do. And I was impressed because I was saying, Omo, you have to teach me what you are writing, right? Very, very beautiful script that the person wrote to do some task, right? And I think he will be teaching you Rishad, like he's going to be one of the mentors. So shout out to Rishad and other people too. If you are serious enough, maybe you will be able to tutor in the next cohort. So that's just us. That's just to be out there. So I'm saying that we're a community here. Student can teach teacher. Teacher can teach students. We're just one. Nobody is. By the way, some of you might even be older than myself. So what do I know? So that's my point. At the first point, that's here. We are community. We are learning together. Please, together. Nobody is. You are not first classing anything. We just want to move on to, even if you write, of course, you write exams. You are not writing exams to get A or B. You are writing exams to pass. MBBS people know what I mean. Pass and move on to the next part. Yes. So, having said that, I think this is a repetition, but I'm saying it, you still have to persist, right? So to understand what is taught and complete an assignment. So if we give you an assignment, we are not giving you assignment, because by the way, if I give you assignment, it is one of the simplest things that you can do to just carry ChatGPT, post paste the assignment. ChatGPT is smart enough. Even the free tier will explain everything you want to do to you as simple as possible from A to Z. It will help you to do it step by step. But no be me they do now, you they do, right? There are places that you would use that ChatGPT. Of course, we're going to tell you this point and this point, you should use ChatGPT to help you. But even if ChatGPT writes your code for you or writes some things for you, you should break down the line, syntax by syntax, line by line, understand what it means, right? Persist and learn as much as possible. Like, just sit down with that code until you understand what each line means, until you understand what each thing is doing. Because every line we do, you want to reduce as many lines of code as you're writing. Don't mind me saying for saying code. You don't have to use code, so you do it by one all the time. But we will use code to teach you, so just hold that in your back of your hand. So you would learn quite a number of things if you persist. Learn as much as possible. Sit down with the code, sit down with the assignments. They will frustrate you. I'm giving you that for free, but you will learn. And when I say frustrate you, you won't run mad. You will learn it, and we're on the group to help you as much as possible. We are here to learn, to teach, and to learn with you as much as possible. Even we are giving, I'm sure we're going to give you assignments that we have not even done ourselves, so that we figure it together as you are figuring it out, right? So please, we want you to have this mindset. And one other thing that we'll do is, I said it earlier, the question is too small, the question is too big. How do I install, how do I create a conda environment? Somebody will ask on the group, how do I create a conda environment? And then somebody will answer, okay, you press conda -- new -- env, blah, blah, blah. Somebody will ask, what is a conda in the first place? Right? You would, different type of questions. Somebody asks, what is conda in the first place? Somebody, I don't use conda, I use homebrew. These questions, and there will be someone like me, you know, when you are going for tutorial and somebody is asking isolating questions and I am here, I don't even know what they are talking about, right? All of us are there to group together. So if someone says, I'm using Conda to install my environment, or I'm using this to create an environment, somebody asks what's Conda. You are using Conda, explain to the person, Conda is a package manager that I can use to do this. So no question is too small. We are bringing ourselves up to speed. Because that person where you know one answer, when project comes, now you and that person go do the same group. Do you understand? Don't worry, you understand what Conda means. Don't worry. I'm just pushing you forward and bringing you back a little bit. You understand what it means. So just hold on for me. Right? So you would, no question is too big or too small. No question is stupid. If you don't understand, please, as much as possible, ask the question. Ask questions. Like, ask questions. You would be amazed how you can tie knowledge together if you ask questions, somebody gives you an answer. And why I say some people don't know how to teach, some people know how to teach. So if I'm answering a question, if I see that the person that explained on the group didn't explain it well, I will write a small essay again to buttress the points, so that when I explain things to you, I explain with things that are that you can relate with, because I hate cramming. I know they cram, right? So if someone explains to you, and my friends too, Abib Tochuku, they understand it. right? So when they are going to be teaching you things, by the way, we are not the only people that will be teaching you. Other people will come to teach you. Smart ass people, by the way. So if you are going to teach you things, ask questions. No questions too small, no questions too big, right? Because don't start asking me. Let me talk. But you know what I mean, right? After that, I want you to think beyond this training. You are here not just because you want to learn the skill. We want to set you up for a career success. I said it earlier. If I had known about bioinformatics before now, I I would have gone further than this, right? I would have gone further than this, than what I know. But I didn't know bioinformatics until my NYC year. No, before NYC year, that's when I knew bioinformatics. Like I have heard about it, but that's when I started. NYC year was when I started to actually learn bioinformatics, to sit down to learn bioinformatics. And I didn't learn anything. I learned with my friends that were on this call together. So I'm still not good. There are people on this call that are better than me, and we know ourselves. They will teach you, Sha. So think beyond this training. See career success. Like it is going to set you up for. You have more options. So you're not just going to be a scientist or a microbiologist or a doctor that is just. You have a genetic business of whatever thing you are doing in your clinical, in your academic career, and then you'll be able to ask ingenious questions, right? So questions that you know where to get the answers to them, but your friends will not have that question. No, know how to get the answers. But because you are open to a new world, a more molecular world, you understand these things, and you would be happy, right? You'd be happy when you start this thing. By the way, you'll be happy, but you have to actually be ready to learn, right? So this is an avenue to position yourself for career success, and I hope you avail yourself to get the training, to get everything you need. So the next thing we'll be talking about is the recommended learning method. How are you going to learn? Of course, I said it earlier, during life classes. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but I have to reiterate this things. Every class we teach you, you join class. Because let me tell you why it is important for you to join classes. We are going to be bringing people from outside our own community that will teach you. These are people that are best and best on their field. Like imagine having Professor Okike to come and teach you, let's say something, or Angela Garcia to come and teach you something. Like different people will come and teach you quite, and they are very busy. These are PhD graduates. These are postdocs. These are professors that will avail their time to teach you, and then they come on the call and just 10 people are on the call or 5 people are on the call. There was a time that last year we had the issue. We had a lot of people on the group, about 25 people, and just 4 or 5 people will join the call, which is not encouraging at all because we have gone an extra length to bring people to join to come and teach you, right? Here, well, this time, we're even bringing more people to come and teach you. So the best you could do for us, right? The least you could do for us at this point is at least come to the classes, right? Come to the classes. You can ask questions, no matter what question you want to ask, they will answer your question. This is not just one of those bioinformatics classes that you have to do. I will not mention it because I attended them. I left confused and I joined. I'm sure some of you have gone through some of those classes before. You will leave confused that you join because you know go even study because you project they won't give you tail or head. You just be battling with it, right? So we are here to help you join classes as much as possible. Then I want to tell you to practice. Said it earlier. 4 hours minimum, right? Practice. When you're in class, by the way, you would have to come to your computer because there are sometimes you ask you to. We have to practice together on the bench. I'll be on dirty bench, and you're on our laptops. We practice together. We do quite a number of things together, right? Practice live. If you say you want to practice back at home and your own code you don't now run, and then when we're practicing in the class, you run, you'll be saying what is wrong with me, what's wrong with my computer. But if you're on the class and we're on the call together, when we practice, and your code did not run, you would share your screen to us. We will tell you, okay, this is the line that is bad. This is what you did that is wrong. Oh, your computer cannot run this code because maybe RAM. You will understand quite a number of things if you are practicing together. And then, of course, practice when you get home. 4 hours minimum, right? The next thing is dedicated time. I dey repeat myself at this point, but when I go hear am, you must hear me till I finish. I have how many hours? It's 4 to 5. I have 30 minutes. When I go hear am. So dedicate time to us. Dedicate time to this as much as possible, please. Like at this point, if you want to learn, because I'm not just seeing people. I'm not just seeing 39 people on this call. I'm not just seeing 40 people on this call. I'm seeing 40 people that could do crazy things with bioinformatics, right? So I'm seeing people that could start a community of bioinformatics institutes. I've been to different places and I've seen what their students are doing with bioinformatics, young people, by the way, right? And I was impressed, and I know that we can actually do the same thing here, right? So one of the things, I was somewhere in May, and I was seeing what the undergraduates were doing as a project. Undergraduates, by the way, doing with the project, like the project you were doing, bioinformatics project, and I was impressed because I know some of our master students can't even do this, right? Some of our master students, some of our PhD students are sourcing their projects to do this with someone else. And this is an undergraduate person doing this project by herself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we are trying to help you to become global standards. We are not global standards ourselves yet, but we have seen what it means to be global standard. We want people to grow with us. We want to grow together, please. And there are people on this call, of course, again, that have shared things on international stages, and you would meet them over time as the time goes. So I would like us to please dedicate time. The more time you dedicate, the better you become, right? The more time you dedicate, the better you become. I will try as much as possible to teach what I want to teach. Make sure you understand it. I spent too much time teaching. Abib it was. Abib will teach you granularly, right? So if you're in a class, if you ask questions, you will go deeper, answer questions. Don't worry. You are in for a ride, by the way, right? So I would like you, I think I'm saying this thing too much. Let me move on. So tests and assignments. You'll be given tests, you begin assignments. Prepare for classes. You know what you are doing, because I think we'll give you a schedule very soon, and you know what this will be taught. You can read before time. If you don't understand, then class will explain. We don't prepare to when we get class, we still teach, but you know it's better if you read before time, right? So we'll have a free flow and very, very easy means of learning. So please take your tests serious, do your assignments. Don't just wait with, if they give you assignment on Friday, submit next Friday. Don't just wait until Thursday night. I know you people because we are the same. So don't just wait until Friday, Thursday night, and now start rushing your assignment, and then you now come on Friday. My code was not working. And you know, Alaye, you are a liar. You did not practice before time, because if you had practiced on Sunday and you hit the error, you would have come on the group to ask questions that, okay, I'm having this error. You know, ask question. You know this, you know, on Friday, when we supposed to my come, tell me, say, my computer was giving me a lie. You did not do it until Thursday night. So please put time, put your efforts, do your tests, do your assignments, and you will enjoy it. You would enjoy it, right? So I wanted to discuss about assessment and grading. So how do we assess the course and how do we grade the course, right? We'll have of course, you have seen a pre-test that we had, module 0, right? So I think for every course, we should have a pre and post test. So for every module, by the way, you have a test, right? And I think we'll be taking surveys to pre-surveys and post-course surveys. So know if you had learned what we had taught, right? Again, it's not for you to get first class. There's no first class. Even if you give a certificate, by the way, I'm not sure if I give a certificate. I think we should. But even if you give a certificate, you cannot verify with Deloitte, or you cannot verify which other group they verify certificate with. All these pharmacy scholars that are giving certificate, you cannot verify it with Deloitte. So we know even bother. We know they stress ourselves, but we want you to get knowledge. That is the very, very important part, right? If you give you certificate, you will tender it somewhere else. So I went for a training. Oh yeah, where is that? Okay, this is like, let me verify with Deloitte. They cannot verify it with Deloitte, or they verify it. Which other group is that? They verify it. So my point is, don't go for the certificates. Go for the knowledge, right? Take the courses, read, learn. Your exercises are like 30% of your grades. We'll give you assignments, of course, you'll submit. And your module test is 70%. After I said it, after every module, you will learn, you would take a test, right? 70% of your hits exams is what's the name? 70% of your classes, of your grade, is your module test. 30%, like your normal school exam, 30-70, or if you're in some schools, 40-60. It's up to you. And then final performance is aggregate scores across all module. Again, by the way, you will actually score high if you learn. So of course, I'm saying you are not looking for first class or second class or third class, but if you actually have put in the work, you will still get high score, right? Please. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that you shouldn't practice to get high grades. I'm saying if you have practiced very well, you would by default get high grades. I hope you understand what I mean. So that is one of the things we have discussed that am discussing with us that I think we should know. That's how we assess and we grade ourselves. And communication platforms. We'll talk majorly on WhatsApp, talk through Gmail. Of course, if you know they use your Gmail, if you are a person that doesn't like to look at their mail, you have to change because we pass a lot of information on mail because it's formal, right? Your WhatsApp can wipe and then you miss information, but if your mail no they wipe, everybody's mail is not them on their phone, it is on the cloud, right? So your mail no they wipe. That's where we have to use mail. Do you understand me? So I would like us to, if you don't open your Gmail, move your Gmail beside your WhatsApp. As they open your Gmail, they open WhatsApp because you would need it a lot at this point. If you, of course, you have noticed all our information have been through mail, sending mails. So if you have not been opening your mails, this is time for you because you would miss information if you don't actually open your mails, right? So these are the two major ones. Very well. I don't know if Slack will be added to this later. Tochukwu can talk about that, but I wouldn't want to bug us with one new tool. Some people are not even used to Slack. I hate Slack sound when I hate Go because it means work. But we might move to Slack if the need arises, but I'm not sure that is priority at the moment. So everybody, please use your Gmail, use your WhatsApp. Thank you. And to wrap everything up, reach out to any instructor with questions. We're always happy to help. We don't have time, but we also have time. Do you know what I mean? We don't have time, but we also have time. So if you have questions, ask your questions. We'll make our time to answer your questions. And number two, you can ask them on the group. If someone knows them, they would answer. If we don't know them, if I see you post a question and nobody has answered in 1 hour, I will answer your question for you. If I can answer the question on the spot, if I go answer them more. So please, don't worry if you ask questions. So people are raising their hands already. Please just hold on. I will give you time for questions. Don't worry. And then I said it again. This is not the one-man monopole or one-man business. We're a community. Collaborate with your friends to study, to learn. If you are in the same hall and you guys are doing this together, you can take 1 hour out of maybe the 4 hours, you can do it together. 1 hour, just go to your cafeteria, do 1 hour, learn one, practice something, install a tool together, take a demo data from cloud, from SRA or ENA, whatever database you're using, or NCBI, practice, then just collaborate with your people. Nobody is moving first class or second class. We are together, right? Learn together, learn as much as possible together. And then that second and third one, that the same thing, which I reiterate them, they tell you, not be the same, learn together, please, right? So I think I have come to the end of my conversations and I would like you to ask questions. See, I gave 22 minutes for questions. It's already 4 to 5, so I'm generous. So if we have questions, but before you even start asking questions, I would like to Chuku or Abib to say something. If you have anything to say at the moment, please. Thank you for listening to my rant and repetitions for the last 38 minutes. Tochi, up to you.
Wow, thank you very much, Toby. I think you almost left no stone unturned. Like you tried to talk about every single thing that we had in mind. So thank you very much, and thank you all to those that joined the call. So let me just add maybe a few things to what Toby has talked about this evening. So, like, first of all, I want to congratulate you all, like, for being lucky. For being part of this program, because not like I'm trying to boast, but like you guys should consider yourselves like to be lucky. That's to be part of this program, because like what we're trying to offer you is something kind of rare for undergraduates. So like we're literally kind of trying to like kind of maybe give you information that will position you to be global superstars in bioinformatics, to do like cutting edge research and all that, and then compete with your peers globally. So just like what Toby said earlier, like most of the things we're trying to teach you are what people get to learn while doing their PhDs as far as Africa is concerned. we get due to the limited resources we have. So we have the expertise here, people willing to mentor you. So you should endeavor to like kind of give us your attention, because we also have like full-time jobs that we are involved with. So like you guys should just count yourselves lucky, because what you can take out from this program will like kind of really position you for not just maybe like the project that you're going to do at the end of this program, but like access to cutting edge opportunities, like cutting edge, research opportunities, internships. So you can imagine like being a 400 level student with kind of a very like good project in bioinformatics, and then emailing a professor in the US to collaborate on the project. So like with what you know, after what you can learn after this project, after this program rather, like you'll be well positioned to access global opportunities, do mad research, and so many other things. And another thing again is like from what you'll be doing, like maybe step by step in the coming weeks, it's also like kind of an opportunity for you to build your portfolio, not just in terms of research, even your GitHub portfolios and the like. So there are like lots of things that you can take out from this program, as far as we give you like your ultimate best. So thank you all for joining. Thank you. You're also lucky to be here. I promise you. And I believe that by this time, should I say next year? So let me just keep it at next year, like you would guess what I'm talking about. Yeah. Thank you very much. So Adib, I don't know if you have anything else to add to this.
So, okay, thank you very much, Student Chiku. I really don't have anything to say, but so Chiku, can you just probably talk about the WhatsApp group so that by the time we start adding people,
Okay. Okay. Okay, so about communication, so we've set up a WhatsApp community already. So the way we made it is that I think we have 55 people, 54, 55 people for this cohort. So we're going to split you guys across 5 different groups. So like we're still like kind of together, but like each group would have like kind of a mentor. So if you have any question, you can reach out to them. So don't worry, like once I add people to the group chats, like you get what I'm trying to say. So I'll add you guys by tomorrow. So each group will have a mentor. So if you have any question, you can reach out to them. So you can also drop on the general group chat as well. So that's how it's going to be, at least for now. Yeah. So please, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and
number of them were raised hands. So we can.
Yeah. I think I saw Kehinde or Motosho. Kehinde. You can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Motosho Kehinde. Yeah, ask your question. You can unmute and ask questions, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for this. Sorry, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I'm very happy to be here. I applied last year, but I was not qualified, but I didn't give up. And here I am today. I'm so excited to be here. So very quickly, I want to ask that the bioinformatics, okay, the part of analyzing bacterial genome, is it okay? Maybe you deal with that. I just want to ask, is there anything like wet lab about this course? Like, are we going to be having some practicals in the laboratory? Are there times that we'll be coming for physical meetings and all the like? Because I reside in, I'm only taking just one course in UI. All other courses are in English. So I want to know if there are physical meetings that we require our physical presence and all of that. Thank you.
So while in the last class, the last cohort, right, we had a hybrid of physical and what's the name and virtual classes. I think most of the classes we'll have this time will be virtual, and we are doing that so that we'll be able to record classes as much as possible. So the classes, to answer that question, most of the classes will be virtual. The part of where you go for wet lab, I'm not really sure. We are going to work about that, but you will learn what they do in the wet lab. You will learn the sequencing. You would understand it. You might not do it hands-on because the reagents are stupid expensive, but you would learn what they do, you would understand it, and you will know how it affects what you do, because that's where everything starts from the bench before you get the data to now do your analysis on, right? So you would learn that, and it's once you understand, I think it's part of module 1, and I think it will be next week. I think Ahela is taking you, what's the name, from bench to data, or from start to finish, everything that happens. So you learn the sequencing technologies, how they work, everything. We might not, I'm not sure, I'm not guaranteed, because to enter the sequencing lab, you have, it is another thing entirely, right? So I work in, I'm in the sequencing lab at the moment, but it is priority. Just not anybody can enter where I am at this moment. The same thing with UI, right? So we will try as much as possible to teach you to learn everything that happens, but I'm not sure you will visit. Abib Tochukwu, do you have anything to add to that?
Okay, yeah. So for this particular program, it's strictly dry lab, so there's no wet lab at all. So just with your computers. And for, I think Toby, you've spoken well about the physical meeting. So just maybe once in a while, we may need to meet physically, maybe to troubleshoot some problems. And that will be basically during I think Linux and Bash programming. Yeah, so that's it. So if you have any other questions, you can go ahead and ask.
There are intentions of putting you in the lab if you want to learn, go to the lab. Okay, Habib answered that question already. So, anybody has questions so that we can move on? Do we have questions to ask? No questions? So I don't dey talk like this, nobody quick question for me. Hey, Jesus. Even if it is a foolish question, I don't talk. Ask question. Ask one. Habib Tochuk, I think nobody's asking questions.
Okay, I want to ask question.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I don't know. I think I didn't get that very well. You were talking about opportunities in this program, like collaboration, networking, and all of that. If you
Yeah,
can
going
explain.
off and on. Can you be closer to your mic?
Oh, you didn't get that right.
Yeah, you were saying something. I think I heard a part of it, but I want you to be clear because you were going off and on.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that I skipped that part when you were talking about opportunities in this program, like collaboration, networking, and all of that. So I didn't get. If you can probably, iterate on that or emphasize how that can be possible and how. Um,
So the first thing I would think you should do is to learn and understand your the basics first. Know your onions. Collaboration go open like mad, right? Know your onions. Um, when you have a project, when even you can't, I don't know how to explain it. You will see opportunities that open. How long did I start bioinformatics? And I've had opportunity to work on one or two or three. I'm currently the bioinformatician for one project in UCH here. People know it's little, but it's something. And then I'm working with a team from Imperial College London, a team from the club, a team from. So it will open, like the opportunity will open. You would see the need for yourself, right? So I think learn the skill first. I'm not even anywhere near anything, but what little I know, I use here, right? When Abib and Tochukwu talks to you, you see what they do with their own skill. So I think learn as much as possible. Opportunity would open. You would see the need. You would see where you are needed, and then you'll be able to collaborate quite with a number of people. So that's the point. Abib Tochukwu, if you have want to say two
thank
things to
you.
finish.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Toby, for that. So, I don't think you've already said what I had in mind, but like the mindset says all about being good at what you do. So it's not
Yeah.
about certificates, it's not about publications or knowing how to be on the command line. You can be on the command line for 1 hour doing nothing, you get just waste your time. So it's about like kind of doing something very nice and presentable. So that's like the mindset you should have. And don't just limit yourself to Ibadan. You can go global if you want. So it's about how good you can get. So that's just the most important thing there. And we are not too young to do something big. You get, so just have that mindset. Whether you're in 200 level, 300 level, like people in your level, like are doing like PhD level bioinformatics. So if you prepare yourself, you can get to that level, like even before you graduate. Same goes for some of our MSc students here on the call or PhD students here on the call. So don't limit yourself to a burden. Like look at doing like kind of quality work that can be presented on the on the global stage. Yeah. So thank you very much. So if you have Yoshadola or Mironel here, and if you would like to speak, you can kindly unmute and speak. I can't see Yoshadola here. Okay, Mironel is on the call. Yeah. Please, if you have anything to say, you can also add to the discussion.
Okay, good afternoon. Uh, I was part of the students in the first cohort, and currently I'm doing my project in bioinformatics. And before I started bioinformatics, I didn't know anything. I thought it was just, um, computer and biology because I didn't have any strong background in biology. I just thought, okay, so I'll just do the bioinformatics, the informatics part and run away. But lo and behold, I'm doing my project in bioinformatics, using bioinformatics. And after going through the cohort, I think I know a lot more about biology than I did. And in terms of opportunities, we've had the chance to, we're usually, I think our mentors used to share opportunities for collaboration on certain projects. I remember the last one. I wasn't part of it, but I think if Richard was here, he would have did that better. Where they even had the opportunity to publish their paper, and I think that was Tochuku,
Yeah.
Joseph, and yeah. So there's also that, and then there are so many avenues where you can collaborate. It's not just the coding part, just knowing the biology inside of it. You can work with different kind of teams, so it's, and I know many of mentors that have kind of traveled and all of that. So for me, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's been wonderful, Sha. And then there's so much more we teach. Even now that I'm kind of done with the training and all of that, I'm still seeing things outside, and I can apply myself if I want to. So yeah, it's been good.
By the way, Marina is just trying to be humble. Oh. She's my okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mirano, for the wonderful talk. Yeah. So please, does any other person have maybe questions or whatsoever? Or maybe even comments. It mustn't be questions, anything you would like to say. So I think we'd reserve 5 minutes for that. But we just have 6 minutes left on the call. So maybe not up to 5 minutes. Anybody? Victor, you don't want to talk now. I can see you on the call. Okay.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Oh yeah, Victor, good evening.
Well, I don't have any questions because the only thing I'm thinking about is about power supply, which I don't know if is not in your own jurisdiction, if I should put it that way, because currently now there's no power supply in my department and where I'm staying. So I was just wondering that if at all I was supposed to work with my laptop currently, I don't know how I would have done it. That's the only.
Okay, you mean for your normal practice or to join the call?
Well, basically for the classes itself, because they are time bound. For practice, I can try to work with power supply whenever um the power supply is available. But like classes that are fixed, let's say 4 p.m. today, currently there's no power supply in most areas. I don't know how one can.
Oh.
That's a noble you go follow talk that one.
Well, I think that's like a tough situation to be in. But I guess maybe if you can't join maybe during the fixed time, then maybe you can work with the recordings maybe later on. Yeah, maybe join with your phone, and then maybe if you need to practice, then you can always do the recording to practice. Yeah. I hope you get a better solution subsequently. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see Josephine here. Josephine, hi. Would you like to say anything to us?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I don't really have much to say. I think the only thing I'll say is that um I think everybody should have a note. I don't know if they said it before. Everybody should have their notes. It's very important. I remember I went for a tutorial with a scheduler one time, and you could see his note was so detailed. And if you see my own notes, it's not very detailed. So I think yeah, that's very important. Also, try to attend classes and don't be sleeping. I used to sleep sometimes in class. It's not good. Don't do that. Be awake, be writing, like be following. If you don't understand, they'll all like they are very happy to help. They're happy to go back and try to like put you through. Do that. Like don't be shy. Ask questions. Sometimes I used to ask dumb
Mm.
questions and they'll still answer my questions. So what else? And practice, oh my god, I cannot like practice. Like sometimes it feels very repetitive. Some of the commands like ls cat, they are so repetitive, but I mean, just do, like keep doing, like go over and over it. Like do, it might look like this thing is simple now, like we did it, like I remember, but do you will not remember. I promise you. I grep, you will not, you will grep. What's not that other, you will not remember it. You have to go through it and do it like from time to time. Very helpful, Sha. I really don't know what else to say. I think yeah, I've said everything. Yeah. Bye everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much, Josephine. So I didn't know that you used to sleep during classes. So maybe people should start turning on their camera this time around. Thank you for mentioning that. Okay,
You shine
thank
lights on
you.
the call. You shine lights on
Oh,
the
you're on the
call.
call now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If you have any comments, you can quickly
Hello,
give me them.
hello, good evening.
Good evening, no chief.
Good evening.
So, how's everyone doing? Congratulations. Sorry, I didn't join the class. I didn't start with you guys, but my network was very, very bad. But I just joined, and I can see that Millionaire is on the call, and the rest I can see Clement and Josephine too. So, congratulations to you guys. I don't have much to say. I'll just say that I'll just encourage you guys to be serious. I think I've said this before too. You should be serious with this. You should also try to also attend classes. Please attend classes. Josephine said something very funny that she sleeps in class. I also sleep in class too. So I'm just confessing now. I sleep in class too sometimes. So so guys, please don't be like us. Don't be like us. Just try to be attentive, ask questions. Can be very dumb. Don't worry. I don't usually ask questions, but it's just I know how to find my way later because my background was in programming. So it was very, very easy for me to catch up. But I'm not sure it's the same for the rest of you because I'm sure most of you started with the biology part, not the programming part. So it's going to be very hard. Please and
Yeah.
please don't drop out at any point. Please, please, I'm begging you because very, very sad to see. Please don't, please. So that's all.
Thank you. There is an
Congratulations.
Oluwaseyi that is raising his hand. Please, can you ask your question? Then we'll round it off. My work people are waiting for me.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good
Good
evening.
evening, everyone. Yes. Sorry, I want to ask, as regards the assessment and tests we'll be taking after every module, will the grading be used to assess are we continuing the program, or it's just for us?
Tochi.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Can I see your name again? Oh, don't mind me. Okay, Oluwaseyi. Yeah, so thank you very much for that question. So, like apart from the grading being used to judge your overall performance, that's from module 0 down to module 4. So we're also going to have a pass mark for each of the stages that we're going to go through. So like that's why you should even take this more serious. So for each module, we'll have a pass mark for you to go over to the next module and all that. Although there might be a room for putting people on probation, maybe until they pass the test, or maybe a different kind of test too. So just like what we're trying to do with those that didn't meet the cutoff for module 0. So we're trying to like kind of maybe set up something like a review session with them and then give them another test. So once they're able to get the pass mark, we would onboard them together with you guys. So yeah, that's it. So for other modules, there will be a test, there will be a pass mark, and the likes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So Victor, you can go ahead. I saw your hand. That should be the last question we'll take.
Victor, you can ask your question. I saw you raise your hand and you dropped it again.
Sorry. So there was a question in the chat box that was not yet attended to. That's why I raised my hand earlier.
Okay. Okay, I think I've addressed that already. As about those that couldn't get the cutoff mark. Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you, Joy, for the question. Okay, I guess we'll wrap up here. So tomorrow, I think, yeah, we should meet tomorrow for the first part of the introduction to bioinformatics. So yeah, so that's how maybe tomorrow by I think 4 p.m. Yeah, we'll be meeting tomorrow by 4 p.m. for the first bioinformatics class for the cohort. So after that, then next week Friday. So Angela from Colombia will be coming to take us for that particular class. So she'll talk about like how the whole she'll talk about the whole workflow. That's from what you do on the bench in the lab down to what you can do on the server with bioinformatics. So that would be day. Yeah. So I think that's all. So we'll see you guys tomorrow and then next week too. So thank you very much, Toby, for the wonderful session. Bye, everybody.